Following breaking news, a San Diego police sergeant expected to survive after being shot in the Forest Ranch area in the head. It's 8 a.m. everyone. Glad you're with us. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. This all happened after 11:30 last night in this busy shopping center. It's off 4S Commons Drive, right where the Ralph's is. We have team coverage for you this morning. CBS 8's Alex Lai, live at Scripps Memorial Hospital in La Jolla, where the SDPD sergeant was taken. We begin with CBS 8's Chris Groh live at the shooting scene with some new information. Chris, you just got in the last hour here.
While we're going through that, let's actually go ahead and show you what we've been seeing here on the scene as well, too. Now, what we've been told so far by San Diego County Sheriff's Department is that they actually contacted the suspect that they believe, again, had stolen this car earlier in the night inside of one of these stores. Now, the Ralph store is open till 1 a.m., though they haven't confirmed if that's the exact store. They made contact with him in there. They then ran out of the store. There was a shot that was fired by that suspect. That sergeant was hit in the head. And then according to San Diego County Sheriff's Department, this happened.
After he shot at the officers, multiple officers discharged their firearms, shooting the suspect. The suspect was hit and went down at that location.
And of course, this vehicle was reported stolen at 10. So this interaction happened about an hour and a half later, around 11:30 here at night in the 4S Commons Ranch Plaza. Now, as for, again, the identity of this person, we still don't have that information. We just know that they were declared dead at a hospital. Now, both the sergeant that was shot and the suspect were taken to hospitals, but two separate hospitals were told. And then, of course, we're going to have a little bit more on the status of the officer in just a short time. But as we come back out here live, I also want to point out here again one more time here, we'll just point out that there are still evidence markers that are down there. And then you can see that there is one vehicle in particular that is surrounded by San Diego police officer vehicles. That would be that Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, we don't have confirmed if that was the vehicle that was reported stolen, but if you imagine here, if they found the vehicle in the parking lot unattended, likely they would have surrounded that vehicle. So again, we're just making our own observations out here. We're waiting on confirmation, but then the officers, again, what we're told, went inside of a store and made contact with that suspect. Of course, San Diego County Sheriffs will be investigating this because this involved police officers firing their service weapons. But as for the status of that sergeant with the San Diego Police Department, we're going to turn things now live to Alex Lai, who's in La Jolla with more. Alex?
Thanks, Chris. And this is what we know so far about the sergeant's condition. He was transported here to Scripps La Jolla right after the shooting, and SDPD actually posted to X to say that the sergeant is expected to survive. And also in that post, they thanked other agencies who helped respond to the incident. And according to Chief David Nislight, the sergeant is in serious but stable condition. And earlier this morning, he was being prepared for surgery. Like Chris said, we know he was shot in the head. And again, luckily, he is expected to survive. We also know his wife is with him right now next to his side inside of the hospital. And we've seen multiple officers going inside the hospital throughout the morning as well. A few hours ago, we heard from Chief Nislight about how SDPD handled the situation.
You know, this is a very dangerous situation, multiple rounds being fired at officers. And so, the officers did a phenomenal job tonight. Obviously we have a sergeant in the hospital. That makes me emotional, but the officers did an amazing job tonight.
Chief Nislight also said that the sergeant has been with the department for around 6 years and is a member of the SWAT team. We've seen around at least 8 patrol cars coming in and out of the hospital parking lot and officers going inside the hospital as well. We'll keep you updated all morning with the condition of the officer, the sergeant, and if there are any updates. Back to you, Eric and Neda.